Okay, this is about Exodus. I'm sorry it's too late and the lamp is behind me, so don't try this at home for your videos. Well, but I felt my previous video about Genesis so mind refreshing that I want to do this late time. Well, it has the very deceiving title as Exodus, because only the first half of this book about the actual Exodus, and after that they go into some ridiculous laws and building the tabernacles, the tent of God. Well, the story is very ridiculous because it starts with Moses, a Jewish baby adopted by the Pharaoh, the same Pharaoh who proclaimed that all Jewish babies shall be killed who are male. Any common sense would be too much to expect from the text? Well, the first half of the book is about massive killing, because there came the 10 plagues. What are really not the 10 plagues? That is a deceiving name, because that were actually the 12 miracles. The first one being Moses turning his rod into a snake. A serpent, you see, is the same as snakes. Now, which is interesting in the plagues is the fifth plague, where all domesticated animals in Egypt dies. All of them, including horses. Now, in the later plagues, some Egyptian animal dies too. But how is that possible? There is no way there could be any more animals, and this will be important later too. Then comes the 10th plague, where God himself comes down and kills all the Egyptian firstborns. Do you really want to believe in that murderous God? Well, it seems a lot of people want. So, on to later business. There were 600,000 grown-up male Jews. With big Jew families, we can extrapolate this number of the actual Jews exodusing. That can be around 3 million people. Now imagine the army who can only have access to swords, bows, and maybe lances, that wants to capture and lead back all these people to Egypt. Of course. Also, there is not a single shred of evidence that supports this story. No pharaoh that drowned in the Red Sea with his fucking big army, and there were no such amount of Jews ever enslaved in Egypt. There weren't even enslaved Jews in Egypt outside the normal other nation slaves. And after that, they go into the wilderness, and starts the second half of the story, which involves Moses going up on the mountain and took two stone tablets directly made by God and worded by God. What do Moses with this? He breaks the tablets. What we know about the people going with Moses, they are starving constantly. Although they have food, what they don't eat, but instead they sacrifice them to God. We also know they stole many jewelry, gold and silver from the Egyptian nation, direct order by God. Also, they originally taught the pharaoh that they want only to go on a holiday in a special celebration on a certain mountain, and they will go back. But and that was suggested to, by God to deceive the pharaoh, and instead of that weekend party, they actually do the Exodus singing. What does something about that God also? About that God is an interesting thing that after the third plague, the Pharaoh wants to let the Jews go, but God don't let the Pharaoh to let the Jews go. What does again also something about that God? Now, the into the Ark of the Covenant there goes two tablets. They were forgeries made entirely by Moses. That has nothing to do with God at all, and even only contain 10 commandments instead of the first variant, what was made by God and contained a bloody lot of commandments, some of them directly contradicting the Genesis. Only a commandment that no Jews shall suffer capital punishment. And this is what I think why Exodus has no part in the canon at all.